Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Indie Zone podcast. My name is Kathy. We are picking up with our discussion of the Affidavit of Probable Cause at the bottom of page 13 and going into page number 14. Here we see a continuation of the tracking of Mr. Kohberger's cell phone known as the 8458 phone, based on the presumption that where that phone traveled, so did Mr. Kohberger. The second to the last line, page number 13, going into 14, reads that between 4:50 a.m. and 5:26 a.m., the phone utilizes cellular resources that are consistent with the 8458 phone traveling south on Idaho State Highway 95 to Genesee, Idaho, then traveling west towards Uniontown, Idaho, and then back into Pullman, Washington at approximately 5:30 a.m. The 8458 phone is utilizing resources that provide coverage to Pullman, Washington, and consistent with the phone traveling back to the Kohberger residence. The 8458 phone's movements are consistent with the movements of the white Elantra that is observed traveling north on Stadium Way at approximately 5:27 a.m. Based on a review of the 8458 phone's estimated locations and travel, the 8458 phone's travel is consistent with that of the white Elantra. Further review indicated that the 8458 phone utilized cellular resources on November 13, 2022 that are consistent with the 8458 phone leaving the area of the Kohberger residence at approximately 9 a.m. and traveling to Moscow, Idaho. Specifically, the 8458 phone utilized cellular resources that would provide coverage to the King Road residents between 9:12 a.m. and 9:21 a.m. The 8458 phone next utilized cellular resources that are consistent with the 8458 phone traveling back to the area of the Kohberger residence and arriving to the area at approximately 9:32 a.m. Below is a depiction, and then in parentheses, not to scale, end of parentheses, of the possible route taken based off of cellular site locations. And this now takes us to the end of page number 14. We will continue on with a discussion of this depiction that is included on page number 15 in our next episode of this continuing podcast series. Now, if I could add a few comments, opinions, thoughts, speculation, rhetorical questions completely pursuant to the First Amendment. First, the assumption that where this phone travels, Mr. Kohberger travels, is then pinpointed further here on page number 14, that where the phone, the 8458 phone travels, so does Mr. Kohberger, and specifically within the white Elantra, which has been identified as suspect vehicle 1 previously within this PCA, and further identified as the car belonging to Mr. Kohberger, at the time a 2015 white Elantra. There has been some video that has captured a vehicle from different cameras from Pullman to Moscow and back to Pullman. It's not one continuous camera angle, but it's different videos. And it's available, part of it at least, online. During the recent past, certain parties have gone and requested this information be disseminated through public records requests. This is nothing that was previously provided to the public by the Moscow Police Department, for example, when it dropped certain documents and reports, as the Moscow Police Department did back in July of 2025 when this case was closed. There has been debate whether what is shown here represents one vehicle, whether it is a 2015 Elantra, and whether it is something else. Could it possibly be more than one vehicle that is seen here? Additionally, I'm not sure where the evidence of this white Elantra returning back to the scene of the 1122 King Road residence at approximately 9 a.m. in the morning. This is something that I do not believe has been released to the public as of yet. And then finally, there appears to be an error, a geographical error, where it says here that they were tracking the phone and the car going south on Idaho State Highway 95 to Genesee, Idaho, and then traveling west toward Uniontown, Idaho. Uniontown, I believe, is in Washington, not Idaho. This appears to be some sort of a typographical error in geography that has been made here on page 13. Based on my research, I cannot find a Uniontown, Idaho, certainly not anywhere in the vicinity of Genesee, Idaho, Highway 95 in Moscow, and any other location. We are going to conclude this episode of the Indy Zone. We will pick up with page number 15 next time. Until then, this is Kathy. Thank you for joining us here today.